Welcome back, Villagers, to another video of home. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath the man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. I almost wish I paid more attention to those crazy scribblings. Maybe I would have been less nervous about entering the dark forest. Nothing over there. And, ooh. Take that back, something over here. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the structure. An old ticket booth that looked fairly ruined. Inside the ticket window were a sheet of paper and... Wait. What were these? Train receipts? I thought the receipt I picked up might match these, but of course not. The station had been closed for years. This ticket must have been for the newer station that opened up on the other side of town after this one was abandoned. However, I noticed a series of fresher-looking paper covered in tiny notes, scribbled in diagrams. Escape route. I've earned a trophy. It looks like someone had been leafing through the old ledgers, looking for something, a name perhaps. Okay, something. Let's go over here and see what we can find this time. Nope. Ooh, an old map encased in glass, hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in the tunnels had similar location marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His name mentioned the water tower in this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Okay, so pretty much we know that there's a strange man. The old train was ripped open and hanging from shreds of metal, as well as the broken fence. As well as the broken fence was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell, I could see a few faint impacts, like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was someone shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I found as I thought. I was getting colder out there and I had to keep moving. Well, this is interesting. So far we know about this strange man that keeps leaving stuff and apparently is abandoning my items. And not my items, I don't want to say that, but you know, my items. Okay. Trampled into the dirt and grass, what am I talking about, was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? I would. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I would find my driver's license too. Through the fence I could see a duplicated outbuilding. Wonder if I could find my way out. There was a fireplace pit there. It was still a bit warm and had a few embers still burnt at the bottom. 2 folding camp chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple cans of beer spilled on the ground. Whoever was here left this place in a hurry, but why? Was someone else out in the woods? Why did they abandon their campsite? The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. I felt like if I kept reading through the campsite, someone would walk in on me. Takes me back here. I almost wished I had paid more attention to Gracie's scribblings. Maybe I would have been less nervous about entering the dark forest. Let's go this way. Yeah, and then after, let's go over here. What the heck? Whoa, what was that? I saw something. What is this? The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. There wasn't much in the way of clean water there, but the sink did work. A musty wooden plank plopped at the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Yes, I did. I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. The washroom stall was filthy and disgusting. I wanted to get away as quickly as possible. The sign was the same as the first one I've seen. This must have been the exit to the woods on the other side. I'd finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I'd never wanted to return there. Finding that campsite had been strangely unsettling. I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their site in the middle of the night, especially in that dark forest. I was relieved at least to finally be out of there. Even now, I peered through the deep, dense trees. I could see cracks of light in a bit of land. I must have been getting closer to town, but where exactly was I? Ooh, so we found a road.
Hey, what's this here? You putting this here?
No. God damn. Who's there? God damn. Well, we found a road. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly realized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a mechanic for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Ooh. Really? There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snacking off on the parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear. Cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. There was a tight It seemed to connect the power box. Okay. There's a little electronic box. Hit on a sign in front of it. It said danger closed for repairs. One of the lockers hung open. It contained tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through, and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotten, and that's the old bulletin board on the wall. Our old brick table, the layer of dust and grin only made seeing this hurt more. The board contained yellowed clippings on the newspaper, cartoons, and notices. There were notices to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman. He was one of the older guys on the line. Norman took over a general store after the factory closed. He, Rachel, and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed real positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. That sucks. My power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes. Power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yes. It's humming with power. The open locker was stuffed with dirty clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the outside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. The woman's photo, I knew I had to get back to Rachel, and to find out what happened. My power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? It was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Let's go up. Boarded up. The door had been hastily boarded up. Of course it is. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked here. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we all hung out. Another panel that I hoped would get the power back on. Did I push the switch? Yes, and it hummed with power. An untilting shelf crammed with Mitchmack tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the side. Did I take the hammer? Yes, I did. Took the hammer and noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Probably because someone used it. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes, I slipped the key card into my pocket. Yep, okay. Okay, that was probably the last one. Probably the last one, so let's go. Lost a long time. Okay. I don't like that noise. Oh, I hit it with the hammer. This was my locker there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had... Oh, dang it, this room was nothing but bad memories of booze, huh? Maybe I drank too much and, had a hangover. The floor was littered with old liquor bottles. I wondered if the man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at this place, or his place.